Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your sacred space. And if you guys are new here, my name is Cassandra. I am a witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. I am also a spiritualist, here to help you reclaim your divinity by merging the arts of poetry and magic. My goal is to uplift you, is to also inspire you to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can be, and to also reclaim your divinity through self-expression. I know that was a very long intro. For whatever reason, I felt the need to do that or say that because I cannot help but feel like there may be some newness coming in. There's been a lot of new things coming into my life, and I feel that it is also coming in the form of people and all those different things. So anyways, yes, welcome. And if you guys are returning, hey family, welcome back to your sacred space. I'm always honored, joyed, and floored to be in your presence. It is always an honor, and I value and am in extreme gratitude for you being here and for us just diving into today's reading together. All right, now I want to go ahead and start off with a quick prayer. Before I do so, my hands may look a little ashy because I wash my hands and forget to put on oil, which I got to do better with. So anyways, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with the prayer. Divine, I thank you so much for allowing us to be in this space together. Thank you so much for your divine love and benevolent protection. Thank you so much for your benevolent love and your divine protection as well. Thank you so much for always walking with us, pacing with us, and for always giving us hints and clues and divine guidance as to what we need to do in our own lives. Thank you for always showing up for us, even in the times where we couldn't show up for ourselves. I ask that you please continue to grant your love unto us today. Also, we do ask and we beseech your protection. There are many things that have been going on in our lives, lots of tumultuous energies and lots of major shifts and transitions, and we ask that you please continue to guide us. We invite in our ancestors, our guides, our spirit guides, benevolent beings who want the best for our highest and our greatest good. We invite you all in to continue to give us your love and your guidance, cloak us in your protection and your divine light. Also, Spirit, thank you so much for allowing me to be the person, or for allowing me to be the divine being that relays any messages that Sagittarius needs to hear. I offer myself as a medium, as a conduit, as a channel to give any messages that Sagittarius needs to hear. May they have an open heart and with the mind of discernment. May they receive what resonates and may they discard what does not resonate. Thank you, Divine, again for this opportunity for us to dwell together. It is so. All right, what a prayer. What a prayer. All right, Sag. So I've already shuffled your cards. Here they are. Your oracle cards here. And I have not yet shuffled your tarot deck. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I want to give you guys a quick disclaimer. I have children in the background who are very loud, very vocal, and they are in play mode. And normally, whenever my children are in play mode, I have 2 biological children and 2 stepchildren. And yes, they can get really loud, really rowdy. And I have 4 boys. So if you know, you know, right? Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and get started with our reading. Sag, one thing that I do want to say is that I have so much love and respect for you guys. Reason being is because, for one, I love and respect just people in general. Like, I respect people in general, and I love humanity, period. But what I'm saying is that I have a very special connection with you. Reason being because, for one, my moon sign is in Sag, and also I have a lot of Sagittarian energy within myself, so I recognize the energy. My mother is also a Sagittarius, and there are people in my life who played a major role who are Sagittarians. And you guys are really dope people. Like, you guys tend to be misunderstood. I know that you guys tend to be one to speak the raw truth no matter how harsh it hurts someone, and people give you like a really bad rep for it. But I think it's because they're not used to someone giving them the direct truth so bluntly, and they may think that you don't care, but what you care about is the truth. And you care about the truth more than anything else, which you are the philosopher of the zodiac. you are the one that teaches us to see from different perspectives, and you teach us how to tap into our own inner guru and our own inner wisdom in times where we are lost. Now, I feel like I need to remind you that you are also guided along your journey, and that you are not going to have all the answers to everything, and it is okay that you don't. And I feel that what I'm hearing is that there was like a major disruption that happened recently. It could have been with, with like a living situation. It could have been with a partner. It could have been with a job or whatever. And I'm feeling like some of you guys are in a space where you're learning how to restart and be okay with restarting. And for whatever reason, I can't help but feel there's like, I'm hearing the greater answer. Like, what is the greater answer? It's like, I have many questions, but like, what is the greater answer? And for whatever reason, I can't help but feel it's like some of you guys may be in a space in your life where you just have so many questions, like why this or why that, and how this and how that. What do I do here? What do I do there? What do I do in this situation? Like, how am I going to get out of this? And all these different types of questions, why me? And I can't help but feel like there's this great answer for all of these things. Like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And it's like, well, what is the answer? And it's like, well, I don't know exactly. Now, I know y'all saw those fly out. Whenever there's cards that fly out like that, these are divine messengers. Now, or messages, I should say. The fact that all of these cards came out face down this way, it lets me know that there are still some things that are unclear. There are still some things that are in the unknown. There are still some things lingering within the dark. There are still some things within the subconscious. Like, there's so many things that you guys may be getting away from, that you may be healing from, that you don't talk about on a daily basis, that are only reserved for like very specific people or eyes or whatnot. There's something about, there's an element of sacredness and secrecy with you guys' reading. And I can't help but feel like I just heard something about like being in a space of openness, like the divine or God or whatever you believe in wants you to be in this space of openness. And I think even though it may not make sense to some of you, for some of you, the answer is openness. And the reason is because although, look at, like, all of your cards are not reversed, but they're all coming out face down. That also gives me this indication or this feeling that some of you guys feel like you've got your head down. You're just like, there's a song by Masego, Down in the Dumps. And it's like, I just keep getting this feeling of not like your head being underwater, but you just being submerged in this like darkness, right? And it's like, well, where is the light that is supposed to lead me out? And I think honestly, and I can feel that for some of you, you're in the dark right now and you're looking for this way out. And it's not to confuse this with escapism, because I feel like when you escape, there is an opportunity or a chance that you'll get caught again. So this has nothing to do with escapism or escaping, but this has everything to do with liberation and freedom, because escape does not mean you are free. Escape means like you got out of a trap, but then there's still something that is chasing behind you, that is coming behind you, that is after you, because it was never resolved, right? But see, when you free yourself, or when you're freed, and when you're liberated, it means that I have successfully detached myself from this thing. I have successfully freed myself, and no longer will I ever be trapped by this thing or this person. So there's this deep sense of healing that I feel like you guys are going through right now. And I feel that it could have something to do again with the family dynamic, or it could be a job, or whatever it is. Insert whatever it is you're freeing yourself from here. And I feel like I'm seeing like a gate, and I'm seeing like this brown fence, and then there's this horse, and then the horse is just like looking for the way out of it, but it's like all you got to do is jump. Like, do you know the power that you hold? You're sitting here trapped in this space, But if you were to back up a little bit or like go backwards and run and make a jump, then you'd actually be free. And then sometimes for some of you, not for, just take it as it resonates, right? This is a reading. It's open. There's, billions of Sages on the planet, millions, hundreds of millions or whatever. Just take it as it resonates, right? It's one of those things where it's like, for some of you guys, it's you have so much power and the answer is so simple, but we overly complicate it because we have this fear, we have this expectation that some things are going to go this way. And then with Sagittarius, you guys are very mutable. So this is where your mutability can come in and help you. It's like, okay, the fact that you're mutable means that you can move across any part of the board. Like if you were playing chess, right? Like you'd be one of the pieces, the queen who can move, in any spot, whatever, right? But for some of you guys, you feel trapped, and this fence it feels daunting because you don't know what it is. But once you make sense of it and you size it up and you study it and you really look at it, it's like, oh, you are not what you appear to be. You're not what I thought you were. And now I can get over you. Like, does that make sense? I don't know why it's coming through this way, but like, that's the vibe that I'm catching. And this could be a situation, it could be a person, it could be a part of yourself, it could be whatever it is. And we haven't even looked at your cards yet, but this is the vibe that I'm catching with Sag. And for others of you, I feel like you're imprisoned. Like I'm picking up on like the 8 of Swords energy. It's like where you're in your head, or like the 9 of Swords where you're having like these thoughts that just won't, leave you alone. It's like these thoughts that just come creeping in. You could be having a beautiful day and then like out of nowhere, this shit just pops up and you're just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like I was just having a good time. And like now these thoughts are here lingering, and it's like, and it's messed up because it catches you at like the wrong time. It's like I'm seeing someone sitting at a dinner table with family and they're having a good time, everything's cool. And then next thing you know, like mid laugh, it just something hits them and they're just like, yo, like, what is this? And it's like you can't even control it. Like it just happens. And it's like, how do I come out of this? Right? Like that's the vibe that I'm getting right now for Sag. Okay. Talking about chess. Whoa. This Knight of Cups is literally playing chess right now. Like you see that? Damn, that's wild. Intuition is so... Yeah, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. What is that? 7 of Wands in reverse here. We have 7 of Pentacles. Yep, this does not feel... Yep, you have the Temperance card in reverse, the Strength card in reverse. You have the Empress. You have the 2 of Swords. You guys have the 10 of Wands. You got... Oh, okay, Sag, listen, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. I don't know how, Spirit, I just ask that you please give me the guidance and like, just give me the words to say. Please just give me the words to say. Let me move this to the side a little bit. Take a sip of coffee real quick. All right, so basically what I'm feeling with these cards, if you can tell, you have lots of cards in reverse here. Some of you guys are in a space where you are not balanced. Like at all. It's like you're trying to make sense of the balance. Like you're trying to figure out how do you balance. It's interesting because today is the fall equinox or equinox. And on the fall equinox, this is the time where there's equally night and day. It's like a transition, but it's also equally night and day. So it's like equally night and day. It's where you implement the shadow and the light to bring balance. And so what I'm feeling is that with the Temperance in reverse here is that some of you guys, which is so funny because Temperance ruled by Sag is ruled by Jupiter. So this is your card. Like this is your card. So for some of you guys, you don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like you're in a space where you're fully spiritually in tune. Some of you guys may be trying to find your way. Like some of you guys are genuinely trying to find this openness, and I feel like it's really hard because what's exposed here is your divine feminine energy that's jeopardized. And I feel like as a masculine sign, you guys are ruled by fire. So there's this burnout of fire that I'm sensing with you guys, and it's making your divine feminine a lot more vulnerable. And it's interesting because I feel like for some of you, your divine feminine energy is literally all you have to lean on right now. But it's scary because you don't know how to do that when you've been the doer, the seeker, the provider, the protector for so long. So it's like, how do you even go into the space of what I'm hearing is like, submission is a word that's coming through for whatever reason. And it's not necessarily you submitting to someone else, but it's like surrender, but submissions. Like, Spirit, I submit this to you. I no longer can hold this weight. I want you to fully take care of it. It's like, how do you go into the space of submission and surrender when you've been the doer for so long? And not only that, there's this idea that you've been showing up in that energy and that light for other people for so long that you don't even know this part of yourself. It's almost kind of like it's like you're seeing a stranger. It's like, I don't know this person. How do I do this? Like, how do I even depend on you? How do I depend on these people to help me when I'm not used to that kind of energy? I'm used to being the provider. It's like, how do I go from being the provider to the one who's in need? And I'm also hearing something about like something being very sacrificial. Like you've had to sacrifice a lot. Like you tried to sacrifice a lot, or maybe it was unintentional. And now it's like, you don't even know where to move. You don't even know how to move. And I think what it is, I'm also hearing that there's something about resistance. Like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this place because this was the only place that I had for comfort. This was the only place that I had for where I felt like myself. Like, this was the only space. For some of you, it's a job. For some of you, it is a relationship. For some of you, it's a state of being within yourself, like a mindset. Like you were so used to this thing, and now it's like, how do I give this up, or how do I leave, or how do I let it go? And I feel like with the Seven of Swords here, this has everything to, for me, the Seven of Swords comes up when we're talking about in relationships sometimes, right? Depending on what's around the cards. The Seven of Swords points to cheating sometimes. The Seven of Swords points to sneakery. It could point to planning. It could point to, being under the radar, getting things done behind the scenes. Like, it's one of those cards where it's like you're trying to do something while going undetected, where other people won't figure it out. So this could be the fact that you may be doing something under the radar and you're trying not to let people figure out what you're doing because of the weight that it holds. Or I don't know why I'm hearing like the word like a shame, but really what it is that it's a call out for help. It's a call out for, I'm hearing the word justice. Like it's a call out for justice. It's a call out for help. It's not the fact that you were trying to do anything to intentionally hurt anyone. But what you were doing is like, you were just trying to do the best that you could with what you knew, with how you felt. And I feel like what it truly was that your divine feminine really was just trying to come out. And as a result of that, there was like a dramatic choice. Like maybe you left a job completely, or you just, abandoned the job, you ghosted someone, or whatever the case may be. Insert what happened here, because it's all that you knew at the time. And I feel like maybe when you go into your thoughts, you feel, what's the word I'm looking for? A sense of sadness, a sense of maybe regret for some of you guys, a sense of shame, a sense of fear. Like there's so many things that you may feel, and it's hard for you to go back and look at what has happened by far, but Spirit is asking you to go back and reflect. It's interesting because we do have a new moon coming up in the sign of Libra, which I'm thinking about doing a video on. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how I feel. And I feel like with this new moon coming up in Libra, this is where we, of course, are required to help ourselves to bring balance. Now, we just left Virgo season. Well, technically today will be the last day, depending on who you ask, but we're leaving Virgo season today. Today's the last day. Tomorrow we're entering into Libra season. And Virgo teaches us how to analyze. It teaches us it shows us how, excuse me, I had coffee. It teaches us how to analyze things, to use our discernment, to see the things that need to be seen, and to put our energy where we know that we need to put it, to plan, to be efficient. It helps us find the problems, or teaches us how to find the problems to things. And it teaches us how to look for problems and also provide solutions, right? Now that we're entering into Libra season, the things that have been coming up, or what is coming up now, needs to be either implemented and or let's not sacrifice, but released or let go of, in order to bring balance within our own lives. That is what we're learning to do, or that is what we are called to learn to do in Libra season. So the fact that this is a reading for Sag, to me, Sag, like, there are so many things that do need to be brought back into equilibrium. And it's one of them is your ability to receive, and your ability to receive the gifts that come in different forms. It's interesting because with the Knight of Cups here, in reverse, it feels like you guys just are not, I don't know why I'm hearing the words, I don't feel welcome. Like, I don't feel welcome here. I don't feel understood here. I don't feel like it here. And like, it feels like you're just not able to fully receive, because again, how do you? Now, what's interesting is the fact that I'm looking here at my amethyst, and I never thought about it this way before, but I'm thinking about it this way now because that's just how intuition works. My amethyst here has like it has clusters and it has points on it, right? So it's a huge chunk. But if you look at it, it looks, from my perspective, from my point of view, it looks like mountains. And what it gives me the vibe of is being in this vast space of a forest. And it's actually bringing me to, I don't know if you guys have ever traveled through California, through the National Forest Park or something like that. How when you're on that, how when you're on that road, you see all those trees and things like that, and it's just so deep, and it's all these trees and mountains and things of that nature. It's where you can go here to get a sense of peace, a sense of quiet. So maybe you're called to travel somewhere where you can see this vast space of openness, and how large and how vast this universe is. Because when you see, well, not the universe, well, not just the universe, at least with Earth, you see how vast and how abundant Earth truly is. And that can be reflected on the inside of you. That is what's within you, but some of you guys feel limited because of the situation that's happening around you. For some of you guys, you feel like this situation is it's huge, and it is. It's a very big deal, but Spirit is asking you to be open. Be open to things that you're not used to. Be open to this unknown, but it's going to take time. I feel that for some of you guys, you're going to listen to this, they probably clicked out by now, but I hope they didn't. And if you didn't, it's this element of being open, but it's going to take practice. It's going to take time. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. This is a practice for you. How can I practice to be open? How can I allow myself to be open when I want just this one thing? It's like all the people, all the places, all the things in this universe, but it's like you always are led back to this one. It's like I'm going to be led back to this one, because there is no one other thing that will ever be able to replace this thing. And you're right, and you're justified in feeling that way. And no way, shape, or form should anyone take that away from you. It's not one of those things that you could just get over. How do you get over that? To be quite honest with you, for some of you guys, I'm going to be real with you. Take it as it resonates. I feel like you guys will learn to deal with not being with this thing, or being with this job or this person or whatever. You just simply learn how to just exist without it, even though for some of you guys, you may never want to make peace with it. I feel that for others of you, you don't know how to make peace with that, but eventually you will. And it's just like, okay, choose your pick, take your pick. Because some of you guys are in a space truly where you have to make that decision. And it's interesting because you do have the Two of Swords in reverse here. You don't even know how to make a damn decision. Like, how do you regain your strength? Like, how do you? I feel that some of you guys can 100% pick up a spiritual practice, but it's gonna come with time. Oh shit, yeah, you guys. All these cards are coming out right now, yeah. You guys are in a lot of pain. It's like pain that is so unmistakable that you just can't even speak about it. Yeah, it's if you guys hear anything in the background, I'm sorry, it's my partner. He's on the phone doing whatever he's doing. So yes. All right, so you have the Ace of Swords. There is a divine harsh truth here. Now, take this as it resonates. I love you guys, and although you guys would rather hear the blunt truth, I'm going to give you the blunt truth, but I'm going to be gentle in my approach in giving you this. I also want to say, for those of you guys that are new here, tarot will reveal certain things to you. It typically, or for me at least, tarot always reveals or supports what I feel intuitively. And it always helps me to pick up on the things that I may not always see, right? Also, with tarot, it's highly symbolic and can be literal sometimes, but you just have to take it as it resonates, right? And for me, I pick up on things that may not be reflected here on the table, but my intuition will pick up on it through the images or through something else, because tarot helps to, it excites and it arouses my intuition. And then that's when the shit starts flowing in. Three of Swords here, Emperor, the Emperor card in reverse here. You may have been dealing with someone who was Mars energy. The Emperor is ruled by Mars. You guys can actually Google it yourself. It's in reverse here. And then you have the Hangman here in reverse. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And you also have the Ace of Swords. The truth of the matter is that someone that you trusted hurt you because they could not be who you needed them to be, and they could not be who they wanted to be for you. That is the harsh truth. They still have things that they are working through in their life right now, and it is unfortunate. What I'm hearing is that it could be, if this is a literal person, then they just simply could not be who they needed to be for you. The Emperor card here to me is suggesting that even with sitting with this harsh truth, they may be ashamed. They are not as mature as you are or as you were. And as a result of that, it caused some type of imbalance, yes, but it's a stronger word that I'm looking for here. Destruction. That's the word that I'm looking for. And it's like, how do I, like, I could not even offer you anything. I couldn't offer you anything valuable as much. I feel like, and as a result of that, all parties were hurt. Now, here's the harsh truth, Sag. For some of you guys, you're being called to remember that the harsh truth about the matter is that it's this mindset. It's this, you wanting it to be this, you wanting it to be something certain, because that's where your comfortability, that's your comfort. Like, this is your comfort zone. But Spirit is asking you to make your comfort in the unknown, to be comfortable with the unknown, because of course not all things last, but then there are some things in this life that are meant to last us, right? Like, there are some things that are meant to be for the rest of our lives. When you have grown in covenant with something, well, the word is covenant. When you were in covenant with something, or when you were in some type of strong relationship or like strong bond, it is hard to let that thing go. If this was a job that you worked for your whole life and then you just have to leave it, that can cause severe depression. It can cause you to be depressed because it's like, damn, like, well, what the hell am I outside of this job? Like what do I do now? Like, that was my everything. How do I just let go of everything that I could have possibly, that I spent my whole life on? Like, how do I even let that go? Like, how do I even, like what's the deal with that? Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, my phone was going off. Disturbances, I apologize. So moving forward, it's like, how do I do that? Like, this meant everything to me. I put my mind, I put my heart, I put my soul, I put everything. But this, as opposed to the Five of Cups, which the Five of Cups points to loss and despair and all those different things, this is all mental. So you more than likely have a strong connection also to Gemini energy. You may have a strong connection with just air energy in general, because your opposite truly is, well, the true opposite, right, would be water, but your opposite, your polar opposite would be air. So I feel like this despair or disparities, the words coming through, it's like, this really does, it plays a number on you. Like, it really does. Like, it takes you into a space of where there's like a whirlwind of thoughts at times, and it's like, how the fuck do I get out of this? It's one of those things. I'm hearing the word acceptance. It's, for some of you guys, It's going to take time for you to. You may not want to surrender to that. You may be very resistant with the Hangman here. Spirit is saying that you're sitting down, you're in a space where the truth of the matter is you have to sit down and really think this through. You have to sit. And the answer is here. Like, the answer, what I'm hearing, has been given to you already. It's just a matter of whether you want to accept it or not. Like, you know what I mean? Now, I love a good miracle. And miracles to me are just manifestations that we did not know, or blessings that we did not know had the potential to manifest. It goes against and defies logic for us. But see, if you think about a miracle in a mystical way, they're just so amazing and beautiful to where it's life-changing, and it helps you to become a better person. It really helps you tap into the element of the unknown, to spirit, to yourself, and whatever. But when you look at a miracle from a more rational and a more logical perspective, you got to remember that your mind can only pick up on so much information, and this thing does have a potential to manifest, which it did. You just didn't know that. So you can think about a miracle in any way you wish to. In this sense, what I'm hearing is that the miracle comes in the form of magic, and that magic looks like this sudden, overwhelming feeling of just, I fully accept and receive everything that has happened by far. I cannot change anything that has happened, and I also can shape my future, but it's going to take me being in the moment right here and right now in order to help me through this time right now. I fully and wholeheartedly accept myself for who I am. I forgive myself for what has happened. I forgive myself for my cause in this. And moving forward, I'm going to do better by always standing in my truth and knowing that although this thing did not work, that I did my best, and that I am at peace, at least with knowing that I did my best. Also, I am open to the miracle of this thing happening again, but better this time. I am open to the possibility, even though the Fool card is not here, I feel the Fool card's energy. I am open to the possibility. As I say that, the fucking Page of Cups is here. The Page of Cups is very young, right? It's the starter. It's the novice. It's the one that wears a heart on their sleeve. And it's like, I am open to all possibilities. This is a new emotional journey for me. I know that I have to get to know myself over again. And I am also exploring the world a bit more, and I'm getting to know the world all over again. This is what exploration looks like for you guys, Sag. Some of you guys, it's a literal you exploring the world, you going on tour is what I'm hearing, you going on a trip, you traveling to get to know the world, and you traveling within your own internal world, within your own internal void and your own inner emotions. You're exploring your emotions, seeing what is it like on the other side, seeing what it's like in your divine feminine essence. You're meant to explore that now, because the more that you explore that, the more that you accept or receive this different part of yourself and also express that, is when things can come more into balance, and then it'll help to expand your consciousness, expand your mind, expand your heart, expand your knowledge, expand your wisdom. It's expansion. But the hurt and the pain came first because it was something that needed to sit you down to even be open to the wonders of the universe in the first place. And you have the Sun card here. If you were looking for some type of reassurance, this is your reassurance right now, Sag. And I feel honestly like, although you may not see it now, you may not know now, but you will, is what I'm hearing. You may not know now, but you will. All of these answers will come to make sense. It's a matter of you being open and you allowing yourself to surrender to the things that which you have no control of. And it's not even you surrendering to it. It's you just surrendering the need to be the armor. Like, Spirit is saying, you don't need to be the armor. You don't need to be the armor anymore. Like, I'm getting so many chills. Like, you don't need to be that anymore. You were that for so long for other people. Now it is time for you to be cascaded and blanketed with warmth, with love. Surrender to that. People who love you, who understand you, know that you're going through something right now. They will not judge you. Now, this is not to say that you are not responsible for how you treat people or how you do things, but there are people in this world who know, who have grace, who love you, who want to see the best for you, and who are showing up for you the way that you have for other people, Sag. Allow these situations to come to pass, but the way that you do that is by going into your own internal space and remembering that this is a really hard time of transition for you. I love you so much, and even if these words do not help or do not stick right now, eventually, for some of you guys, take it as it resonates. For some of you guys, later on, it'll be like, you know what? I remember when Cassie said this. I'm in a space where I can finally receive it now. Right now, what I'm feeling is that for some of you guys, this is a clear rejection of everything I just said. For however long we've been doing this reading for others of you, it's I'm hearing you, I'm listening. It'll take me some time, but eventually I'll get it. And I'm cool with that. I love you so much. Spirit, is there any other things that you have to say? With the Sun card coming out here, I do feel like you have warmth shining on you. And the song that's coming through is This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine. It's this church song that we used to sing when I was a kid in church, at least. I don't know if you're a millennial listening to this or not, but remember this because we grew up in church, right? The Baptist church. And we used to sing like this, like during devotion, we would sing This Little Light of Mine, right? And I feel like Spirit is calling you to morning devotion. It's like, declare your devotion to this higher power, to this higher thing, to God. Declare your love to God, and then that will be the light. And I feel like that is so very significant. There's this angel coming through. The angel that I'm sensing is giving me a lot of warmth. It's intense. It is very intense. And I keep seeing Gabriel. The Lord is my light. Like, I keep hearing the Lord is my light. The Lord is my light. The Lord is my light. And that's the vibe I'm getting. And then I'm also hearing, what is this? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leadeth me down, and so on and so forth. Like, that's the prayer that is coming through. I feel like the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Yea, and then there's another one coming through. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. And then it's those prayers. There's something about Psalms in the Bible that you can use right now to help you through this time. It's so interesting that this is what brought me to that. That's so wild. Like, you cannot make this up, Sag. Like, I feel like you guys are heavily protected right now. And then the Five of Swords. Major defeat. Yes, I get it. You may have felt defeated in the past. Defeat is no longer yours. And this is the reason why Spirit is guiding you to recite those prayers, because that is what's helping you right now. And then there's something about your transgressors, your enemies, right? Thou prepared the table before in the presence of mine enemies, or something like that. Like, that makes so much sense. Oh man, you guys. I love you so much, Sag. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to our message of concern, adjudication, and despair. You guys have balancing act and magical fucking prayer. Okay, for those of you guys that don't know, I get real excited. I get excited as hell when I see cards that resonate. Oh my goodness. And no, I did not look at these cards either. And then we have Coming Apart. We have Prosperity. We have Sanctuary. We have Magic. And then we also have Energy. We were just talking about Libra season. Like, we were just talking about Libra season. So with these that are coming through, I feel like there's just something that has its control. For some of you guys, if you're dealing with a court situation, I feel like it's got you really fucking stressed out. It's got you really stressed out. Yeah, you see how it says like not hiring. Like, this thing is just not it. Like, it's like one of those things where what is coming through is like, I don't need you. Or you may feel like you're not needed, or you may feel like you're not wanted. And as a result of that, you just feel like out of control. Adjudication here is pointing me to something where it's like you want to come together with this thing, but there's just something that's not in sync with it. And it's very concerning. But what I feel like this coming apart, it looks terrible. It feels terrible. But what's happening is that you're in a space where in order for you to find balance, especially with things that are coming apart, you have to be able and willing to go back into a space where you can get your spiritual body back in sync with everything else. Like, does that make sense? It almost feels like you guys are in a space where, in the sanctuary, where you're able to be taken care of, where you're able to be housed and fed and all these different elements. Take this time to be nurtured and taken care of, because this is teaching you how to lean more into your divine feminine energy, which can in turn help you. That is the case for some of you guys right now. And this sanctuary that is being provided for you, whether it be you staying with a parent or a family member or a cousin or a friend or what have you, or whatever it may be, or maybe you're in a space and, you know, maybe you're in your own home and someone is coming in to help take care of you and get, you know, maybe something happened traumatically where you were, God forbid, where you were in a car accident or something traumatic happened and then someone's coming in to help take care of you. This is sitting you down to teach you how to lean into your divine feminine energy, or at least you can create, or you can see it that way. Does that make sense? Now with this magical in the sanctuary and with this energy, I feel like a buildup of energy happening here, like a rebuilding of strength. And it's you being in your prayer, you being in your sanctuary, you being in devotion, you leaning on God and your spirit, whatever you believe in, like you calling in your guides, your angels, your archangels, or whoever it is, your spiritual team. They want to help you. And I'm seeing lots of hands, and I'm feeling like lots of hands on my shoulders, meaning that there's like a group, and I'm seeing some of those I just heard the word mulatto. If I'm not mistaken, mulatto was a term used to describe someone that was like black and white. But in this instance, from my own research, what I've heard is that it's actually someone who was white and Indian. But there's this word mulatto coming through. Like there's a mulatto person coming through, feminine energy, light skin, and appeared to be white, but they were actually like, at that time, if you had 1% black in you, then you were just black regardless. But then they also called you mulatto to distinguish you from what I'm hearing from why is this coming through this way? From the Negroes and then the whites. Like, does that make sense? Anyway, that's the energy that's coming through right now. There's a mulatto figure, and then I'm picking up on like some type of like tribal food. Like it's very tribal. I don't know, I'm hearing like the word Ecuador. Like there's something like Ecuadorian or like Guatemalan, and then there's like Dominican coming through. Like there's so many different like elements coming through here. It's tribal. It's something very tribal coming through. This could be just like your ancestors. Like I'm also seeing like dark skinned people coming through as well. Like these two worlds coming together, merged to help you. Like there's these different sides of you that are coming through, and they are also joining forces in order to help you, which is so interesting because they come together on your behalf. Like whatever differences that they had or whatever quarrels in the past, or if there were, for some of you guys, just take it as it resonates, they come together spiritually for the sake of you. Because it is through their love, it is through their guidance, you know, that in hopes that if they apply that for you in the spiritual realm, that it could help to restore you. So you are definitely in a space of restoration as a result of everything that has happened in your life. And I really do hope that you allow yourself to just continue to be open. I'm going to go ahead and pull from this Lenormand deck because it is here. Lenormand decks and things of that nature, you don't read too deeply into it. You just take it as it, you know, for face value, like as it is. Pay attention to your health. There's something about your health that is coming through. You have the messenger card. Yep. You have the messenger card here. You have the snake here. I want you to be very careful with like what you're eating. Oh shit. You also have, the dog here that's coming out. The dog does point to loyalty. I'm also hearing something about a support animal. I don't know if you guys have any pets or anything like that, but that is also coming through here. You got the tree again. I smashed two of these decks together. That's why it looks like that. There is a masculine figure, by the way, that wants to be here for you during this time. Use your discernment, or someone from the past may be coming up. Someone is being exposed here. There's a message about someone that pretended to have your best interest at heart who is now being exposed. More than likely, they pretended to be loyal. They come in the form of this, but they're not really that. I'm hearing something I like about the word lies. Really use your discernment here and only allow in what is healthy for you, and know and follow your intuition. Also, your compass is coming through here, which is you're being led somewhere. Spirit, where are they being led now? Can you please explain? You got the snake again, and then you also got the home card. Okay, you're being led home. Where's home? You may be looking for a home. You may be looking for an apartment or a house or whatever. Also, I don't know why I'm hearing, for some of you guys, take it as it resonates. There's something about someone in the home doing doing sneaky things. It could be like, I just heard the word treacherous. Be very careful, be very mindful, pay attention. I just heard food poisoning. Yeah, food poisoning. Just be very careful. If you guys hear doors closing, it's because there's people in my background. Forgive me, but we're almost done with your reading anyway. So there's a message about just being very careful about what's going on in the home space. You know, this is not to incite any fear. I am just simply giving you what's coming through right now. Take it as it resonates. There's, again, so many different people that can listen to this message. If you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever, just take it as it resonates. This could be for anyone. You could be a Capricorn listening to this right now, or you can be a Libra listening to this right now, but you have a friend who's a Sagittarius, and then they may be going through this. Take it as it resonates. Be very careful about what's going on in the home. Also, pay attention to your health. There's a message coming through with that. All right. And then, yes, there's a man here who may want to try to come back in. They may not have, this is also coming through as selfishness. They may be coming back with their own selfish intentions. Just be very careful. You know, it doesn't have to be the one that you love that's coming back doing sneaky behavior. It could very well just be someone else. Just be careful. And it also doesn't have to be a man. It could 100% be a woman who has masculine energy. In this case, for some of you, it is a male figure. All right. Spirit, are we able to end this on a positive note, though? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not questioning you, Spirit. I'm just, I'm just asking, because this was definitely a heavy reading. Okay. Study. This is the time when you can go into learning. You are definitely learning. This is a time of learning for you. And really diving deep into your own philosophies. This could also be, this could be literally you reading books. Like, this could be you reading books or you researching. I'm also hearing something about writing a book as well. There's something about writing books that's coming through with you guys. All right, Sag. Oh man, I just want you to know that I love you so much. And I really hope that you find the peace, or that you tap into the peace that you've been wanting or needing. And Sag, if there's nothing else that I can do for you, I would like to invite you to visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. I sell ritual oils, I sell candles, and I'm also going to be selling new things like Florida washes. I'm also going to be selling Florida waters, and also Florida washes and things of that nature to help you work your magic. I have an apothecary where I work my magic as well. I more than likely will be making videos so that you guys can see behind the scenes and all that good stuff. And if you guys want to, you can also follow me over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. That's where I do my daily little readings and whatnot. And I also post little different things to give you guys updates on certain things that are happening in the apothecary or in my own, my professional life. And again, if you guys don't need anything else, I hope to see you guys in my next video.